Hi, I'm Wendell G and dog Jimmy Sue snoring in the background. You can hear her on the daybed next to me. Taking it easy on a rainy January 31st, the Super Bowl Eve. Day before the Super Bowl. I think it's the day before. I think it's tomorrow. Don't even know, man. Just wanted to jump in here and do a quick update. Let's see. This will be a Moscow-centric update, but I thought I would start with how the first 6 weeks have played out throughout the majors. Let's start in the South. The big story in the South is Buenos has really come into fruition this year. Osicki talked about possibly a big crash and fall later, but I don't see that. I think Buenos, I was talking with Gooksta about this last season. Buenos is really primed to stay up there by the top. They've done a lot of good things with their system. False Bay, that 1-2 tandem of Naka and Kasib, unbeatable. And they don't have the depth top to bottom that Buenos has, but you don't expect False Bay to have more than 1 or 2 down years with with Kasib getting her done. Look at that, 0.90 whip, 1.0 whip. What a great tandem. As long as they can afford them, right? Buenos should, before I jump beyond, Cab Fair is doing great. Joselito Garce leads the team in batting average. Bert and Ernie Lynham leads in home runs. I didn't really expect that out of Bert. Fernando Soto getting it done at the top of the rotation. Gerard Martin getting it done. Still the old Moscow product. Still getting it done. Danny Sanchez coming on very strong this year. Rambo having a good fine year. Cairo, third place, still in basically the catbird seat. They just executed a big trade. And now I'm trying to remember what it was. Hapgood. Cairo sent Randy Hapgood to Vegas. Why, man? Why? I don't know. I'm guessing either Figs saw something and oops. What was I doing? What am I doing? What you doing, dog? I don't know, man. Don't know. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, Key West got Dai-Hee Yi. Good for you, Gooksta. I was looking at signing Dai-Hee Yi, but purely for his popularity ratings. Signed to, wait a minute, what? Minor league contract with a signing bonus. What? Where'd these guys come from? Was he a minor league free agent? I'm sorry, draft pick. This guy was the 1-1 draft pick. I gotcha. Oh man, good looking pick there. I'm a little bit confused. Okay. No worries. Randy Hapgood. Yeah. Randy Hapgood went to Vegas in return for these guys. And 29-year-old minor league starting pitcher Hapgood. Did he get hurt or something? Is he in the $24 million for 3 years? That's great. No, he's fine. Man, that was a great extension. 3 years at $8 million per year. Wow. Man, I don't know why you move a guy like Snuffy, but obviously Cairo felt like he was surplus in their system, and they were ready to make a move. Man. Okay. Baselli gives them some pop. Rivera. Okay. Yeah, I would have valued Hapgood higher than that, but I'm struggling for pitchers. What's happened with injuries? What's around the league with injuries so far? Major injuries that last more than a month. Looking, Neil Inions in the midst of trade talks went down with a 6-week injury. Trade rumors. Injured in a collision at a base. I wonder who took him out. Somebody didn't want him moving. What day was it? He got hurt on May 5th. And who did they play? Who did they play May 5th? Who'd you play here? False Bay. New Zealand. The Kiwis took out Indians. Wonder if we can find it. Let's do a Indians. Oh, he had a 2-run. Oh, New Zealand didn't like that. He had a 2-run home run. And in the first, Wiener Deemer, he's playing for New Zealand. Good for you, Wiener Deemer. Glad you got a place. Pitching. I'm not seeing it. Batting. Well, not real important, is it? Perhaps. I think I missed it already. All right. By the way, though, Wiener Deemer, glad your career's not over, Wiener. How are you doing? Hitting 217, getting on base at 242. Yeah. Great defense, though. Yep, that's the Wiener Deemer I know. $710,000 contract, good. Fort, negative. WAR, positive, good. Your defense is getting you some positive WAR, that's good. Glad to see that, Wiener. Fielding. Let's see, shortstop, good. Range 561, zone factor, ZR zone rating +1, good. Good. Glad to see it. What else is going on? Back to injuries. Let's look. Indians, the most recent dude. Lizzie Wong, one of the anchors of the rotation in Vegas, out for 11 months. Carl Aguirre, second baseman, out basically for the season from Istanbul. Those were biggies. For Berlin, outfielder Abdel Said broke his leg, out 3 months. He'll be back just in time for the playoffs there, Rutgers. RM. Keffer Stone Street, that's hard to see. The reliever broke his elbow while throwing a pitch. He's out for the season. Key West, Elliott Vader, also out for 3 or 4 months. Henry Turner, he'll be back. He tore a thumb ligament. He's going to be gone for 5 weeks. He'll be back within a sim or two for Dublin. Lieutenant Dan, playing for Lisbon now, will be out 6 weeks. He played 2 weeks. He's going to be out 6 weeks now. Lieutenant Dan, how you doing, Lieutenant Dan? 282, 349. You're doing excellent, Lieutenant. I'm glad to see that, Lieutenant Dan. This is a lot better than he would have played for me. I'm here to tell you. Good. I'm glad to see it. What about your defense? Your WAR is positive. Are you fielding worth a darn? He's not hurting him at second base. That's good. That's good. Excellent. 39 at bats. I'm guessing he's a platoon bat. No, I'm not. I'm guessing he got hurt. He got hurt, dog. Enrique Zumaya, pitcher for New Zealand. Torn rotator cuff. He's pretty much out for the season. Back in the spring training. Let's see, 3 to 4 months. Reliever Sergio Tovar out for a few months from Australia. And so far, the one big injury for Moscow, knock on wood. Lenya Kadylov, injured while pitching. He's out for a few months. He should be back soon to give plenty of playing time this season. He did all right. I brought him up last year, and he did okay. And, yeah, fine pitcher. Very fine pitcher. He's really... he's exceeded what Howard, my scout, thought he would do. And he's been fine in our rotation. He, here we go. Last year, he appeared in 12 games. He didn't start any. He got a lot of relief work as we kind of worked him into the Moscow scheme. 2.37 ERA and 1.42 WHIP. That's a higher WHIP than I like to see, but he finished the year last year with a 1.79 ERA plus. He did a really fine job for us in the late year last year. So I don't know if all that's true, but if this backstory is correct, he failed to sign 3 times. First with False Bay in round 12, then with Dublin round 10, and then again with False Bay in round 1. And he did eventually sign with Moscow in round 1 in 2042. This was before I didn't have anything to do with him being signed, obviously. So, yeah. So it looks like he's had a serious injury once before. He worked his way up to being the number 47 prospect before he got the call up. And, yeah, looking forward to getting him back. He has broken through his ceilings a few times before. Hopefully this forearm strain is not going to injure his ratings or his performance at all. He's one of the 3 Russians on our major league roster. In fact, no, he's one of the 3 Russians in our entire system. Lenya Kadylov. Let's go back. That's the so basically that's the injuries so far this year. Latest news. I'm proud to say Shihi Uchida threw a complete game shutout at Lisbon. Obviously, that's a quality start, and he's performed really well for us. Right-hander, he was in my system when I got here, and he just, honestly, he wasn't even on my radar until late the year before last, late 2044. I began seriously wondering if he should be in my rotation, and sure enough, he was a full-time rotation arm in 2045, and he pitched well. 4.54 ERA and 1.23 WHIP, 2.61 BABIP, and a 13.9 VORP. His ERA plus was under 100, which I don't really know why, but he pitched really well for us. And in 2046, he has started 8 games. He's 3-3, and where's his quality starts listed? Don't see it. Maybe down below. He's got a 1.38 ERA plus and a 1.5 WAR. So he's doing well for us. Oh, Shihi. Man, my apologies. I had a really serious case of, I wouldn't call it the crud. I thought it was the flu, but it was mostly a respiratory thing. And I'm in about the 3rd week of shaking this bug, and it's finally, we're finally shaking it. So he's had 3 quality starts out of 8 starts. So that's odd. A 2.96 ERA and 1.20 WHIP, and only 3 out of his 8 starts have been quality starts. It's interesting. But he's got the 1 complete game for us. Pardon me. He's been really good against right-handed batters. Look at that. Not so great against left-handers. Let's see, what else? Uchida. I'm a big fan of, the homegrown talent. There's something to me about just wheeling and dealing a team constantly and turning it over and churning it. It's possible to have success that way, but I really like to get a player and just hold on to that player for a long time, So, I don't know, it gives me a closer connection to the team. Helps me create these fake storylines in my head. Rounding out the top 4 in the South League, Cobble, the Bulls, just over 500, and Buffalo is surprisingly in 5th place, at 19-17 this year. They're just meandering along. They'll be back. Key West, Baton Rouge, and New Zealand, not too surprisingly, towards the bottom. Australia has had a bit of a fall this year, and I think they'll be rising back again, but I don't know who's going to fall out of the top. This could end up being a six-way horse race by the end of the year in the South League. North League, just pretty darn competitive. Lisbon is sitting at the bottom of the standings. Berlin is, I think Berlin's going to perform better than that this year. I think they're a 500 team. I don't know about Dublin. They always start off fast for some reason and then kind of fade, seems like. Seoul is having a fine year with Okada and Goodwin. Rowe, what a great front three in the rotation. Goodwin, Okada, and Rowe. Carrier, still doing what he does. Eric Stute, fine free agent signing. And Menace Noda having a fine year. Dink Tash also having a good year. Looking for any names I recognize. Nobuhito Haida. They found a place for him for the lefty as a setup reliever. And he's made 16 appearances. Looks like he's got 11. No. Sorry, I was looking at Edgardo. 16 appearances. Doing extremely well in the bullpen. That's good to see. Really good to see. I wonder what his ratings look like. Oh, wow. 50, 65, 50. Awesome. 37 years old. Good to see him having success. His velocity has fallen to 87, 89. He's keeping the ball down low, keeping it on the ground. And he's having good success. Look at his last 10 games. Look at this. Giving up 1 run in his last 10 games. And that one time, that was a win for the team. Wow. That's awesome. When he's in the game, Seoul wins 80% of the time. That's the kind of guy you want in the bullpen. Well done. What's his contract? $2 million? Oh, that's a steal for this guy. Well done. Well done. Amsterdam is started off the year in first place. Is surprisingly in third place. We got 3 23-win teams: Helsingborg, Amsterdam, and Vegas. Sitting number 2 through 4 in Istanbul, a few games ahead of them at 27-10, rocking the best record in the league along with Buenos. I'm glad to see Yankee have success and get out of the tanky mode. Really glad to see that. And yeah, it could be a year where we have 6 teams in the North and 6 teams in the South coming down to the last few weeks to see who gets in the into the playoffs. But we'll see. Anybody interesting on the waiver wire yet? Aaron Bruce got claimed by New Zealand. I signed Bruce, or I traded for Bruce because of this. He's popular. And it's going to hurt me. The fans are going to let me know about it when he gets picked up by the Kiwis. But he just hasn't performed for us very well. 3.17 whip so far this year. And despite this great movement, he's appeared in 4 games and given up 2 home runs. Yeah. 17 hits in 4 games. Yeah. He just wasn't making it happen for us. I don't expect strikeouts from Bruce, but with a great movement, you expect him to keep the ball on the ground. Look at his last 10 games. This is why I put him out there on waivers. Look at his last 10 games. Contrast that with Nobuhito Hayda that we looked at on Soul's roster. Bruce's last 10 games, he's given up 2 runs, 2 runs, 2 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs, 3 runs, 2 runs. 7 times he's given up 2 to 4 runs. Man, you don't want that out of your bullpen, right? So the only teams he's shut down are Dublin and Berlin. Well, there goes my philosophy. I think a guy with a pitcher with a very high intelligence knows how to place his pitches and knows when to use them. Maybe not necessarily so, right? So Aaron Bruce, he'll be going to New Zealand soon, and that's okay. He'll save us a minimum contract, and I'll bring up another guy, Jose Mostas, the hostess with the mostest, hitting very lightly for Cairo. $1 million salary. Outfielder, right fielder, looks like. Yeah, right fielder, dog. You can read. Dog, you can read, dog. But has been having a down year. Nobody's picked him up so far. Plays left and right field pretty well. Plays left and right field pretty well. You know what I found out this past week? 3 of the students in my class came up to me after the class, and they were like, Professor Dog, we're not going to be here next Thursday. I was like, how come? How come, you 3 wenches? And they said, well, we play softball, and we got an away game. And so I looked at them, and I told them I need a note from their coach. But, there was a short one, a tall one, and a medium-sized one. Now, this is going to start to sound like a Goldilocks story, isn't it? I looked at the short, and I said, you're the shortstop, right? And she glanced at the left. She said, no, she is. And I looked at that one, I was like, you're the shortstop? She said, yep. And then I looked at the tall one, I said, you're third base, right? She said, nope, first base. So my mojo, my prediction mojo is off, but it's really cool that I've got 3 scholarship softball players in my class. I'll have to, that's going to help me through the semester as I talk to them about OOTP, which I do every semester. I talk to my classes about the virtues and vices of out-of-the-park baseball, and especially about how crappy I am at managing my team. I talked to them about my team just screwing up so bad. A few years ago when I had such a great rotation and my team sucked it up, I talked to them about that. They got a lot of laughs out of it. Of course, that was a different class. So, what else going on? Let's see. Dog, stay focused. Dog, stay on target. Oh no, man. The usual cast of suspects. Hamid, he's on track for 120 home runs this year. No, he's not. He's on track for 120 ribbies this year. More than 120 ribbies. What are we, 6 weeks in? 6 weeks in. Let's see, a month and a half. Let's see, April, May. Counting on my fingers. June, July, September, October. 7 months. He is 1.5. So that's 5 less than half. Good night. Hamid, is 200 RBIs achievable? Hamid, he's on track for about 180. Is that right? That's a lot of RBIs, man. Of course, it means there are a lot of people on base in front of you. So, Amsterdam's got that scoring machine. Glad to see Nico leading the league in ERA. Knock on wood. He's having a good year. Really broke my heart last year when I extended his contract, and he immediately went out and injured his arm on the slot machines. You know, he told me it was while he was pitching, but I know better. He was down in Key West with Gooksta. They were playing the slot machines, and I know it, but you know what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So I gave him a bonus. Gave him another $1 million. Told him to go spend it well. All right, I guess that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys again. Bye. Thanks for listening.